Okay, you guys want an opening statement by me?
Yes.
Okay. So first off, just want to say much respect for Arkansas, for that team, and Coach Pittman, man, that staff, they do a great job. I think our guys came into the ball game excited about playing, excited about being on this SEC stage, and really came out and played hard. We had a couple plays that didn't go our way early that really kind of got things turned in their favor. And so we got some things we got to learn from and that we've got to grow from. But we felt pretty good early, and they got a really good offense. The quarterback, Taylor Green, he really makes them go. He gave us a hard time trying to contain him, and I think he's an NFL quarterback.
Just opening drive that y'all marched down and scored, what'd you like there kind of right off the bat?
Well, I just like the fact that we were executing. Everybody was doing their job. You know, it wasn't any type of secrets that we had or anything. We just were executing. Our coaching staff did a good job. Obviously, the first ball game, we're going to know a lot about them. They're going to know a lot about us. So there were some things that we felt like we could capitalize on, and the players executed. But after that, we kind of started shooting ourselves in the foot a little bit. You know, we had the big pass to one of our receivers, and actually to our tight end. Had the big pass to the tight end early on, and he gets in a good field position, but we get a block in the back on one of our receivers. So same thing, we just kept shooting ourselves in the foot.
Later in the first half, pretty much the whole second half, what adjustments did you see from Arkansas defensively?
Well, I can't say we saw a whole lot of adjustments because we tried to keep them off balance a little bit. As far as our offense, we tried not to stay doing the same things because we look at football kind of like war. If you stay where you are, sooner or later they're going to blow you up. So we tried to keep them off balance a little bit. And, we just had some plays where we just didn't execute.
Wyatt Wright, I mean, he had a pretty big game. Just what did you think of for him to come out here on this stage and do what he did?
Well, Wyatt's our most athletic linebacker, and he's a transfer. He just got here this summer from Delaware, and he just came down south. And so we knew he was going to, be very active, and because he's so athletic. But he stepped up. He made some plays in the ball game, and at the same time, he had a couple plays he'd like to have back too.
You mentioned Green, their quarterback. He really spread it around a lot of receivers. What makes them difficult, matchup-wise?
Well, really, the quarterback, Green, we just had a hard time containing him, and he was able to make plays with his feet, and he allowed receivers. We had him covered at times, but he would just buy time by, getting outside of our containment and things like that, and just making plays on him. So my hat goes off to him. He did a great job.
Yeah, I think they busted a few maybe in the second half, but y'all's run defense really held them in check for most of the game. What do you think of kind of how y'all limited them at least?
Well, we would have liked to limit them a little bit more. I thought they kind of got it going a little bit in the second half at times. I thought Mike Washington, number 4, he had some pretty good runs on first down, things like that. They kind of got us, into some second and short situations at times that, just made it hard for us to manage defensively.
Cornelius, how'd you think he did out there?
I thought he did well. I really thought he did well. Really did what he was coached to do and made the plays when he had the opportunities to make them. But at the same time, as the game wore on, they started getting a little bit more pressure on him and started getting some hits on the quarterback. So that made it tough for us, and that helped their coverage out, we felt like.
Yeah. Was the substitution at quarterback, was that just to give the backup some reps, or was it if he hurt, anything like that?
No, he wasn't hurt. It was a point in the ball game where we felt like we wanted to get him out of the game. He's the leader of our team, and then also Eric Hanley, number 8 that we brought in. He's a young quarterback that really hadn't played, so we really wanted to get him some game time experience, and we felt like that was good.
Coming off the field, I heard some of your players just kind of rallying each other up, saying I heard one say we can win the SWAC. Just what do you think about their mentality, knowing that they came, it seems like they know that they came in here and fought?
Well, it's funny. I'm talking to Coach Pittman before the game, and he got a lot of new players. We got a lot of new players, and I feel like that was part of how the game went, and I think our players realized that if we can clean some things up and really execute and everybody do their job, we've got a chance to be a good football team. So I think it was more about the fact that our guys really feel like we can be a good football team. We just got to learn and grow from this ball game.
Yeah, just on that same note, with so many new players, I mean, it's your first game here on the sideline. Just
Yes.
how'd you think of like the adjustments that go on during a game? How'd that go?
I thought the adjustment was smooth. We got a veteran coaching staff. We really do. We've got guys that have been coaching a long time. One of the issues is we played a lot of young players. I looked out there a couple times. We had 3 true freshman wide receivers in the game, 12, 14, and 15. And then you look at, even on defense, we played a lot of guys that really hadn't played a lot of college football. And so it was good for us. The scoreboard didn't go the way we wanted it to go, but I'm one of those guys that, I try to watch the way our guys play, how we played together. When the adversity and the negatives happened in the game, I felt like we stayed together. We stayed focused. We stayed focused on the mission. And the mission was to go out and play the best football game that we could play.
Did Arkansas do anything that y'all weren't really seeing coming schematically, offensively?
No, not really. We actually, our offense, are you saying their offense?
Their offense, just anything that y'all weren't really expecting?
Well, we had a long time to prepare for this game, very long time. We did a scouting report on these guys back in June, and then we spent the last 2 weeks preparing for this ball game. So, sometimes some people are who they are, and so it boils down to players making plays, and their guys made more plays than our guys made.
Last thing I'll ask is just going to your rest of your schedule, what do you hope that your team learns from this one?
Well, we've got so much on the tape that we've got to look at, and we've got to learn from it and grow from it. And our goal is always to get better as the season goes on. Keep improving it and keep making it better. That's where I've always been as a head coach, and that's what we'll do. We'll get better. We've got some guys that didn't play in this game that we left at home that were hurt and things like that. So hopefully we'll get those guys back soon, and that's going to make us stronger.
All good.